Hello and welcome to this video. Today I picked up this soft clay unicorn DIY kit. And here you can see the packaging, and we also have a window that lets you see the tool inside. And on the back we actually find all the instructions. Now they are pretty small, but they are in color, so that's at least something. So let's have a look inside. And of course, right upon opening, one of these foam eggs tried to escape, and the other one tried to also, but this one I managed to catch earlier. Now inside we actually have 3 different types of items. So first up we have the tool. This one is the sculpting tool, so it has like flattened round edge and a pokey edge. And then we have 2 different sizes of these foam eggs. And lastly, of course, the most important part, the clay. And we actually get 2 instructions, one for silk clay and one for foam clay. Now the silk clay is the one that is like really soft. Most people also know the foam clay, but actually if you're in Germany and you search foam clay, you will most likely get the pink one you see on the bottom here with these little foam beads inside, which is vastly different. And now that we have all of the items unpacked, we can start sculpting. And first they want you to wrap both of the eggs in some of the foam clay, or I guess silk clay, depending. And this is actually really hard because this foam clay didn't really want to be smoothed out. I tried it with water, but in the end I found that just bashing it and trying to fix it with my fingers works best. Next up, of course, is the snout. And this part I just used the pink foam clay and just roughly shape it out. Now they wanted to be a bit larger, but I made mine a little bit smaller because I feared there wouldn't be enough of the pink clay left. For the body they want you to do the same, so just cover it with the white foam clay. And as you can see, in the end I managed to smooth it out quite a lot. And you know, little bumps give the character some character. And of course you can't have a unicorn without legs, so let's make 4 equal sized balls. And I'm gonna blend them in, starting off with the back legs. And actually this tool with the rounded edge is really good at blending. Now there is still a little bit of an edge left from where I tried to blend it, but you know, I don't really care, it doesn't really matter. It's basically because the foam clay on the edge already has a layer of dryness on the outside. And I was actually right to make the face a bit smaller because, yeah, this is all the pink clay I have left and it's barely enough to make the hooves. I tried to keep the legs a little bit more chubby and I just blend in the pink and push it down a little bit more. And I think it actually turned out pretty cute. It's really easy to stick this clay together. All you need to do with foam clay is wet it a tiny bit with water and it will stick immediately if you have any trouble at all. This is actually how I attached the head. Also, both pieces were a little bit dry, so I had to use a little bit more water. And in the end it worked out. And for the eyes I just made some tiny bolts of clay, starting with some white, then some black and then some white highlights. Very simple, very easy. I blended mine out a little bit and sadly one of the white highlights smudged a little, but you know, character. Adding in some nostrils and then I make the ears. And this tool comes in handy again because the pokey side actually helps to form the ears. The horn I wanted to make out of 3 different colors of clay and I guess kinds. So I used the white, the green and the actual bead foam clay in pink. Then I added a little color of vines and gave him a little flower on the back. I also added some leaves to the vines, and I'm really sorry for the camera angle. I didn't really pay much attention to the focus while I was focusing on the project, literally. So I wanted to make the tail a bit more three-dimensional, so I made this like tapering worm thing shape out of the foam bead clay, and then added some tiny wormy dealies on top to make it look like little strands. Same with the hair, I am just adding basically a flat part, and then I'm adding some little strands. I decided I wanted to accessorize my unicorn a little bit more since I had some clay left. So I blended in the gap between the tail and the body a bit more with a tiny bow out of green foam clay and pink ball foam clay thing. And I also added a flower with the black clay since there was a lot left. Now you can imagine this flower is like one of these tiny side hats that some people wear. And lastly, I added some more vines throughout the body. Now with that, our unicorn is finished. On the left side you can see the unicorn, how it should have turned out from the packaging instructions, and on the right side you can see mine. I like mine way more. I think it looks a bit more derpy with the huge eyes and the tiniest knot. And actually the adoring vines look really floral, and I think it just looks like a magical unicorn out of nature. The greatest thing about this craft, I think, is that you don't really need to pick up this kit, but you can just go to a craft store, pick up some foam clay in the colors you want, or you can even paint it with acrylics, and of course pick up some foam bases, so you're not even limited to a unicorn. And of course the texture of the foam clay is the thing I really like. It stays soft and bouncy in a way, and actually the models turn out really light and it's air dry, so it's not even a thing you need to bake, which I think is great. Now you really need to soften it up again is some water. As for the foam bead clay, that one was a bit more sticky and had less like a slime-esque spiderweb texture, which I think was also really. But I can understand that some people may not like it texturally. Anyways, that's everything for today's video. Hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments down below what were your thoughts of this project. And as always, have a nice day. Bye!